Where space once stood before me, there is now only nil. What have you done to space? And the stars? You took away all the beauty. Now all that's left is the void. But it's beautiful like this too, isn't it? No, I don't like it. Bring back space. Bring back her stars. If that's how you feel, I'll lock you in this moment until you understand. Well, memory saved and ending. Is this how it ends? Until you understand. No, I won't accept this, but what can I do? If I return to the start, if I could start over, I could change this, otherwise be trapped in this loop. What do I do? Oh, there's a little reset button. Try that. Are you sure you want to abandon this timeline? Yes. Let's start. Let's restart this. Darkness. Darkness and nothing, in all directions. But I knew someone was out there. I just had to find her again. So I started looking. I wanted to find space, and as I retraced my steps, I spotted her light in the distance. There was space, sitting on a bed of her stars, just like I remembered. Oh, someone's here. What should I say to her? You're alive. Oh my god. I thought something terrible happened, but you're right here. I'm glad you're still okay. Huh? She looked at me like she'd never seen me before. Because of course, she hadn't seen me before. This space was new. How could I have expected her to remember what happened? In my excitement to see her alive, and well, I'd forgotten that rule. I decided to try recreating the first memory. Never mind. Ahem. Excuse me, but have you been crying? I felt so lonely. I just can't seem to stop. But now someone's here. I didn't think someone would come, but you're here. I'm so happy. If you're happy, then stop crying. Honestly, Space. Huh? How did you know my name? Do we know her name from, like, another timeline? Has she just been restarting timelines constantly? God. Of course I know your name, even though you didn't tell it to me the first time either. Oh, well, was that the first time they met? Huh. This isn't fair. I didn't even get to introduce myself, and now I have to ask for your name. It's time. Time. What are you doing? Saying it 8 times will help you remember. 8 on its side is infinity. That's how I'll never forget. Except it's impossible for you to remember when I go back to before I told you. So, time. Where did you come from? I'm going to say the future. Just technically I did. Would you believe me if I told you I came from the future? When I thought I was all alone, you proved me wrong, so I'll believe whatever you say. Besides, there's this feeling in my chest that you are definitely someone I can trust. I'm glad. Well, it's true. I did come from the future. We've already met before, and you wanted to search the void so we could find anyone or anything else. That does sound like something I'd want to do. Did we find anyone? Someone found us, but it's hard to explain what happened. I don't want to scare her. We didn't find anyone. That's why I think we should stay together. Oh, it would be sad if there was anyone out there, and they were feeling lonely as I was. I lied to her. She said she believed whatever I say, and I took advantage of that trust. But I didn't know how to tell her what happened. I wanted to avoid the ending I saw before. If this path didn't lead to something better, I could always make a save point and rewind from here. Hey, Time? If you're from the future, why did you come here? Well, so I'd be able to talk to you again. Then in the future we're not able to talk anymore? Oh no. Uh-oh. I'll reassure her so she doesn't start crying again. Yes, we are separated, but I'm going to change it so that doesn't happen. That's a relief. I should figure out a backup plan too, so that you're not the only one working hard at this. Hey, how did you find me in the first place? That's easy. I already knew where you'd be waiting for me. But I'm talking about the very first meeting, before you knew where I was. What about then? I just followed your stars and here you were. Oh, that means, hey, if we ever get separated, I can just cry. That way you'll always be able to find me. Sure, but I don't know if I like the thought of making you cry. I won't have to, as long as you're here with me. I'm kind of afraid to go back to being alone. I don't want to be alone either. I'm glad you feel the same way, Time. Would it be alright to just lay here together, just for a little while? If you want to, then I don't mind. I held her hand so that Nil wouldn't be able to sneak up on us. Our fingers interlaced so easily. It was as if they belonged together like this, but that was impossible. That feeling, even if it didn't make any sense, only made me hold tighter. As long as I held on to space, Nil wouldn't be able to take her away. We could lay here and admire the stars together and never do anything else. I'd be satisfied just like this. Time, can I ask you something? What is it? What happened before? What was it that you came back in order to change? I already told you, we got separated. I know, but I definitely would have been crying if that happened. Couldn't you have followed my stars? I couldn't. You weren't able to make them anymore. That's terrible. Yeah, it was. I'm glad you came back. If we couldn't find each other, I'd want to change that too. We lay there in silence for a while. I had the feeling space could sense I was waiting for something. She didn't ask what. As long as I held on to her, she had nothing to worry about. Nil. Surely she was watching us from somewhere the light from space's stars didn't reach. I wanted to be ready. I wanted to be able to stop her when she appeared. But we fell asleep. No! I let it happen again. I've lost space again. Time, don't go back anymore. Why are you doing this? She's just going to trap me here again, isn't she? Stay. Oh, it's the only thing she's going to say. I think we have to reset again. I do want to abandon this timeline. Press start. Darkness. Darkness and nothing in all directions. I knew what I had to do. I started looking for space, and as I wandered, I spotted a familiar light in the distance. Oh, it's space again! Oh, someone's here. What should I say to her? I'm going to say I want to save you. Maybe if we explain it, we can find a way to work together to stop her. Space, listen carefully. Someone called Nil is going to come and take you and all of your beautiful stars away. Huh? Please trust me. My name is Time, and I come from a future where that's what always happens in the end. I don't understand. I know it's a lot to take in. I want to protect you. I don't want Nil to take you away. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I let myself get taken away. It's not your fault, Space. You don't want to be all alone either, do you? If you feel the same as me, then it must have hurt. It's okay. I'm able to come back to prevent things like this. Please don't cry. Okay. I told Space about the other versions of our meeting that I knew of. I told her that Nil was somehow able to limit my power, trapping me in loops and keeping me from rewinding far enough to stop her whenever she appeared. And Space wanted to help. She said if we worked together, we might have a chance. It was better than trying to fight this monster on my own. Nil seems to only appear when we let our guard down. I tried waiting before, but we fell asleep. Then we have to make the first move, but what should we do? I don't know. If I could go back far enough, just enough to know exactly what's going to happen, so that I'd be able to fix it, The only way I've been able to learn anything is through seeing it get taken away. I don't want to watch that happen again. Time? You're working hard, aren't you? I want to help. I don't want you to feel alone. I'm still here, so I hope I can do something for you. We stayed like this for a while. Oh, Time's little hair thing is an hourglass. That's really cool. I didn't notice that before. Anyway, back to this. She was warm. It felt nice. I considered pausing the universe here, in this moment. After all, moving forward could cause something awful to happen again, and it was up to me whether or not to let this path play out. But I knew I didn't have to be afraid, because I wasn't alone. Nil's back. Nil had already shown herself. Why are you doing this? This is Nil? Why do you look like me? I said that before, that they look similar. You're the copy. Why won't you stay erased? Space, run! I'll stop her! But I don't want to be separated from you. It's only temporary. I promise I'll be able to find you later, so get out of here! I don't like this. I don't like this. In an instant, Neil's body blinked out of existence. She slipped through my grasp. And once again, space was gone. Was there nothing I could do? Neil had beaten me no matter what I tried. My attempts to change fate were only hurting space again and again. Time. Why wouldn't you look at me? You keep taking space away. Of course I wouldn't want to look at someone who'd do that. You're crying for her? I felt so overwhelmed by hopelessness, I barely noticed my tears. How strange, I thought, for me to cry so easily. Space was always the one who... And there it was again. The feeling I'd known her for much longer than I possibly could have. I didn't understand these feelings. Aren't you going to reset again? What's the point if you'll always... Again. She said again. Then she remembers the other times that I asked you before, what are you? I am nil. Emptiness. Void. Whatever you want to call me. Wherever there is something, I want to make it nothing. Does that make sense? Why would you want to do that? You exist just to take space away? Space exists to take me away. Why can't you understand? Must I explain it to you? Then please, listen. Okay, I feel like we should listen to her, to be honest. You're still here? You'll really listen to me? Just say what you want to say. Fine. If I know why she's doing all this, I'll be able to think of a way to stop her. But there's another feeling in my heart when I look at her. Sympathy. Why?